Ladies and gentlemen, this is our pool system, filtration system. And while there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, there is some things that could be improved. Also, there are no valves to turn off the water. So if I want to open this skimmer basket, I have to like block it with my hand or whatever. So the point is, we're going to improve it. Okay, we have lots of PVC stuff, and I'm going to be PVCing this in a little time lapse for you. For this project, I'm using a tiger saw, which is overkill, but we'll get the job done. According to the owner's manual of the pool pump, you are supposed to have a 10-inch pipe going straight out of here, okay? And obviously there's not a 10-inch pipe, so you're gonna have to add a 10-inch pipe. So let's do that. So first of all, I'm going to add a fitting to right here. I know this will need a fitting, so I'm just going to add one right now. So my piping is 1.5 inches. I don't know what size you need, but mine's 1.5, which is pretty standard for most pumps. And so it's just 1.5 inch threaded to 1.5 inch PVC. And what I'm going to use for this is just some Teflon tape, you know. Comes pretty cheaply and makes it so you can actually unscrew this later. I saw one guy that used like a sealant whatever, and I do not recommend that, because then, I mean, if you ever have a problem, say this was to somehow like crack or something, it would be like glued in there and it would be impossible to remove. With Teflon tape you could easily remove it. So one thing that you have to consider when doing Teflon tape is to wrap it in the correct direction. The Teflon tape, so it screws in this way. So the Teflon tape needs to go so that see here, let me demonstrate. So if it's like this, then when I screw it in, right, it's going to be counteracting how I just wrapped it, right? So it needs to be wrapped in the other direction. So like this. And that will make it so that when you screw it in, it will help it out. So I have a lot of this stuff, so I'm using a lot of it, because why not? I don't want it to leak. So that's probably good. So now, as you'll see, when I go to screw it in, it doesn't unthread the Teflon. Okay, so now I just gotta grab some pliers. Remember when doing these fittings, not to over tighten anything. It's very easy to over tighten stuff, but if you break something, it's gonna be hard to replace it. So I'm just going a little bit more. Alrighty. So now I'm going to be adding a ball valve. Number one priority is to put a 13-inch pipe here, so let me do that. Same deal as last time. I have another 1.5 inch threaded fitting. So for this application, this is not a pressure situation on this end. And on the other end, it is, but it's not that high. So I'm just using a one-step thing, because I'm lazy. So make sure to apply it to both the ends, inner and outer part. then just push it in there and slightly twist it. It's going to want to press back out, so just hold it in there. Okay, so it is setting now. Now hold it for 30 seconds. I want to talk about this for a second. So I wanted a valve there, but I also wanted there to be some kind of union so that I could actually take it apart, right? So I have two different PVC connections and take it apart. And it's sealed with an O-ring. But then I found this thing, which is a combination of a union and a valve. So save some money. Maybe get this. Rookie mistake when you're putting this on is to forget to put this over it. Okay, so just be aware of that. So let's talk about these 90-degree fittings. So they sell 3 types of 90-degree fittings, and I only got 2 types. So this kind, it's a gentle 90. Okay, they sell a very hard 90. Do not buy that one. Get one that is slightly more gentle. But then I have this, which is like a really gentle 90. And this really gentle 90 is going to be for this right here. Right, I do not want extremely high pressure going through this. I want it going through this. This is suction. It's not going to make as big of a deal. But for here, I want it to be better. So, I don't want it leaking. It's that simple. Beautiful. Well guys, my camera decided to bake, so that's why there's no footage showing this. This was just a matter of, you know, fitting pieces together and seeing what worked and what didn't. It's been a few hours. Everything has set and it is running perfectly now. And actually it's running a little higher pressure than it used to. And that is because the pump is finally pulling in more water, right? This plumbing is more efficient than the corrugated tubing. So anyway, I was a little worried about this because as you can see it's not exactly 90 degrees, but it seemed to work. So anyway, there you have it. So yeah, these are just 90-degree elbows, and this is just 1.5 inch. Remember, all this has to be Schedule 40, and then this is just a valve plus this part. I can't think of it right now, but anyway, the links for all this stuff will be in the description so that you can replicate what you see here. Now obviously for your pool it might be a little bit different, but at the end of the day it's just piping. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more random stuff. Thanks for watching.